PhD. And I've known Reverend Robert Anderson a long time from up at the Grove. He's always serving, playing music with that peaceful, gentle voice that just puts you at rest and at ease. It's such a gift. Reverend Robert grew up in Ohio, where table tipping was a daily occurrence, and UFOs were frequently seen in the sky. Music has always been a part of his life, and coming from his family, and he continues as a singer and songwriter and musician. He is currently playing with 2 bands. And in 2015, he was ordained at Grace Spiritualist Center in Encinitas. Reverend Robert is on the board at Harmony Grove Spiritualist Association and a trustee on the board at First Spiritualist Church. Let's welcome now Reverend Robert Anderson.
Good morning. Always honored to be here. Thank you for those beautiful words and amazing meditation. I don't know where I went, but I want to go back. I'm not ready to turn in my e-ticket from Disneyland yet. Yesterday was Earth Day. And my talk is going to be about women's history and women's love, much like the love you're feeling in this beautiful space that you've all generated. March is Women's History Month, and I'm dedicating this to the earth also, who's our mother, right? So it's a time to focus on many of the accomplishments that women have done worldwide that you may not recognize. So I'm going to talk about a few of them. Madame Curie in 1903, the first woman to win a Nobel Prize, discovered radium for her husband. Amelia Valverde was Patriot of Cuba, 10 Years War, 1868 to 1878. She formed a women's club to sustain the elderly, widows, and orphans who were taking refuge in New York, saved many lives. She addressed Congress and gave President Grant. She continued to fight until 1897. She actually changed the course of history for Cuba and Puerto Rico. Mary Dennett, birth control reformer, in 1815 founded the National Birth Control League. Dorothea Dix, 1802-1887, activist on behalf of asylums and prison reform. Claudia Jones, born in 1975, one of the most influential black women of her time. 1875. In 1949, wrote an end to the neglect of the problems of the Negro woman. Laura Kellogg, United activist, one of the founding members of the Society of American Indians. Mary Tepe, championed cause for the Chinese to attend schools, sued the San Francisco Board of Education when they wouldn't admit her children, and she won. They did a movie about this lady, Mamie Till Bradley, when her son was lynched in 1955 and covered up. She helped spark the Civil Rights Movement in 1955. Jane Cook Wright, 1964, helped discover chemotherapy. I hadn't heard of several of these women, and I'm sure a few of you may know what they're doing. song Turn, Turn, Turn was written by Pete Seeger. The lyrics based on the 3rd chapter of the biblical book of Ecclesiastes.
Sorry, they had that like a, those low riders going.
So Pete Seeger was a special guy. Joan Baez and her sister Mimi Farina went on to start a nonprofit called Bread and Roses to raise money. And in 2000, with the help of people like Pete Seeger, Paul Winter, Odetta, Julie Collins, Taj Mahal, Willie Tomlin, Carlos Santana, Bonnie Raitt, they brought performers together to play at more than 1,500 concerts in 82 institutions. Pete quoted Eric Hoffer about Mimi's efforts. Creativity is nice, but maintenance is the essential art of civilization. She's in good company because there are others that believe in this philosophy. Mother Teresa, Moon, and our own mothers. So at this time, I'd like to ask any of you out there to say a little something about a special woman who changed your life in this kind of way. Anybody out there? You don't have to be a woman. Yeah, go ahead.
My mother is special because I was almost died, and she prayed for me, you know, to come to be part of her life.
That's so beautiful. Thank you. Really.
Oh,
I know you want to say something.
oh, come on. That was my grandma. I'm saying, you know, I'm always homeless, but in her heart, I always have home.
I never met either of my grandmothers, but I met my great-grandmother. And my grandmother on my mother's side was a concert pianist, and she taught me how to play piano in practice rooms in college. So I thank her for that. Anybody up here want to say something about a favorite woman?
I've got so many. Should I choose? I had a 5th grade teacher that really made a turn in my life. That was major. I never forgot her. I don't know how to say it, but I don't know where I'd be if I didn't have her discipline. Yeah.
Sure she hears you.
Well, I met her through the years. I was lucky to tell her what she did for me. But I just remember her words were, I'm going to teach you to ride if it takes me all year. Well, I want to say my paternal, my birth father's mother. I was named after her. But she didn't speak a word of English. So we never had a fight or anything. But I lived with her. I lived with her for a year. The last year of my father's life. He died when he was 26. I was 6 years old. And actually, the year I was 5 years old when I lived with her. And we were all very poor people, but we didn't know it. We did not know it. I didn't talk, didn't have to speak, you know. She just did everything. She taught me how to clean house, nothing else. She was such a high-scrubbing woman. She did all the laundry in the bathtub, in the bathroom, this is a bathtub, and she did everything by hand. She was a great cook. As long as it had pasta in it. I mean, she mixed up everything. So it was wonderful. But what she did was make my mother happy. Because she made my mother happy, it made life a lot easier and more pleasant for the rest of us.
The mom is happy, everybody's happy.
Yeah, that's right. But she knew what my mother needed, because my mother never had that in her childhood. She poured so much love into my mother. And my mother spoke Italian, so that was good. But I was good.
I think she continues to live in you.
Oh, wonderful. First grade teacher. I just remember telling my mom once, I don't understand why other people can't read, can't understand this so much. And she sat me down, she said, "Do you remember your teacher, Mrs. Sobel, in the first grade school there? She stayed with me after school to learn phonics so that I could read." So it's just remembering all the people that help teach you who you are and learn what you need to learn, and it really helps me now. And over all the work that I do, so it's a blessing. I always thank Mrs. Sobel for being there for me in that time. I'm special.
It's beautiful. I had Mr. Littlefield in high school, that's how I became an English major. I drove an Austin Healey car, so I had to have those and that.
My best friend of a lot of years, Christine, she just added a lot to my life, and she was very inspirational, a lot of wisdom. Without being intuitive, she was very intuitive, and she could make me laugh, which was really kind of a gift when you're going through a lot of stuff. But just all the amazing insight and support, and just being a really loving person.
Beautiful. Where would we be without laughter? You know?
Reverend Gina Stevens. I don't know if any of you are familiar way back in the 80s and 90s. Chapel of Light originated in Toledo, Ohio, and then came down to Vista, California, Reverend Fred Pope. And then he started giving services in Old Town at the Alexander Institute, and then moved to Gateway Books, which is where I met Reverend Gina. She was the co-manager there, and she and I developed a friendship, a bond. She was like a more rational mother than my mother. Of course, rational, was very troubled. Is a rather troubled soul. I'll put it that way. But we would do readings. She was the one who kept on pushing at me to meditate, listen to spirit. God is in control, and she would help me along in that way. And why I find it so ironic that, long story short, she suffered a stroke, and then it did something to her that in her last time, she just wanted so much to return to her former home. She was in a nursing home in Oklahoma, and then when she passed away, I didn't find out until later, but her spirit is here somewhere. All I know is that there were other friends of hers who gave her a service out on Point of Rio.
Go Buckeyes.
Oh yes, isn't it Go Bucks?
Yeah. Anybody else?
My better half.
Oh my God.
She's,
Birthday girl.
she's the spark that lights my fire.
Yeah, I had several mothers.
I would just say the church, if you will, love about the ladies here,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
inspire us and keep us going.
Where would we be without them? They're our first influence when we come into this world. And what happens in our early years defines us. We grow into adults, we continue the cycle of life. We can learn from the amazing works of the women I've mentioned, and the ones you've all mentioned. Some of them, they're fighting upstream. They had the adversity of race, gender, social background, and a score of other setbacks, which they managed to overcome and change history. And they all had one thing in common, as we have. They followed the basic golden rule: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Their spirits are here with us today, as many of yours are. And as we know, all spirit, all energy goes somewhere. Some are pioneers. We can salute our friends, our family, our pets, all acting out of one thing: unconditional love. Right? The basic force that our mothers had transfers to that child. Could be the next Rosa Parks, the next Mother Teresa. Channeling unconditional love. It's the strongest force in the universe. Undying, indestructible, delicate as a flower, carried away on the wind of purpose, without preference or where it lands. Barren ground, fruitful, without color, asking nothing but to be. And to make it to the next march, as it has since time began. And as spiritualists, we know all energy goes somewhere. So today, let us all take that love that's been generated and shared today and send it where it needs to be. Knowing it will come back to us. As sure as a new mother smiles down at her newborn, and the child smiles back. No words are spoken. It's not necessary. Unspoken